What's up, everybody? Canuck here. Welcome to episode 23 of our complete course construction series. I was just looking at the comments from episode 22, and someone mentioned this fairway looks like a rabbit, and I was like, what? Never noticed when I was building it, and I loaded it up today, and yeah, there's a rabbit. I can't not see it now. I think someone else said that, like I can't not unsee this rabbit, so... Hole 8 will be known as the rabbit hole, which we are going down today. We are going down the rabbit hole. What a segue. I don't think we are, but we got a busy episode today. Obviously, I want to finish hole 8. So we're going to kind of talk about a few more things I want to do to this hole. I kind of want to do something pretty significant, see if it works in terms of kind of bringing a ravine in here and maybe kind of splitting these two holes up a bit. So we'll do that. A little bit of planting. It's not going to be a ton of planting on this hole. So there may be a time lapse. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And then I think we'll kind of go through the front 9 and see maybe what needs to be added, what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be fixed. But I think this is a pretty darn fun front 9, kind of weaving its way. We got some really nice coastal holes. We've got some really cool inland holes. I think it's got it all. And then we got to start looking ahead to the final 9. So we got lots going on today. I don't know if we'll fit it all into one episode. Who knows? We're at the almost 15-hour mark. So, I mean, we're well on our way to under 40 hours, but lots of hiccups along the way. You never know what could happen. But yeah, this has been a fun build. So let's keep her going. And we will start the music. There it is. I don't know if you can hear it. I think you can hear it. And we'll start the clock. Here we go. That familiar old music. We'll try to answer some questions today too as we go through. Again, if you have any questions for me, questions for Canuck in the comments below, and I will try to get to them on a future episode. So, we are on our 8th hole, and I kind of want to do... I kind of saw this while I was working on it. Last time. I kind of started this ravine in here, and I kind of had the idea, actually I was talking to B101 and he mentioned the same thing, of what if I kind of connected the ravines. It kind of would give me a good idea to help me split the hole up. Maybe I could do a little bridge or a little pathway down the ravine. I don't know. I think it would be a really cool way of splitting up this. And like I said earlier, I was going to kind of make this all kind of waste area-ish anyway. So I think it would kind of be a good natural barrier between 7 and 8. So I think we're going to try that. We're going to see how it works. I don't know if it is going to work. But let's get in here and just kind of make a little ravine kind of connect here. We're not going to go too deep. It's already fairly deep, but... I think that might be kind of neat. And then obviously we can kind of continue this style of planting in here and then all the way throughout. And like even down here we might bring some of these bunkers downwards a little bit. I kind of like them sticking up. This will be a little bit tricky, but... yeah. This up a bit. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but it just kind of seemed like a bit of a natural fit. It would be a really good piece here to kick off 8 as well. So I think we're going to try that and fix a few little sculpting blips that I see. Just flatten a few things out. Okay. There we go. Alright, so time to start thinking about planting. So I think we're kind of going to start with this ravine, and obviously we'll kind of plant up and in through here, and we might do a little bit up here. I think I want to replant in here, but we'll discuss that later. But yeah, I think maybe this would be a good place for a time lapse. So without further ado, let's get it going. Time lapse time. See you in a bit. All right, we're back. I think that was an okay planting session. So to kind of highlight what we did, well, we kind of built out this ravine. I think it's looking pretty good. We added this little bridge that I'm sure everyone's going to comment on how much they hate. But that's fine. I was still not done yet, and I don't even know if I'm going to use that bridge. It's more of a placeholder for now. I'm okay with it. Looking forward to all my bridge comments. Kind of extended out some more planting here. I just used my usual kind of general wasty area planting. I think it looks pretty good. I do it quite often now, and you know, I'm kind of getting bored of it, but it does the job, I think. Plant a little bit in here. A few things I was kind of having question marks on here was the planting here and here. I feel it may be a little forced. So we might end up cutting that out, but for now, I kind of like it. Maybe a couple trees there or something, I don't know. And then just some interior planting in here, just added a little bit more. So I think the whole looks pretty good. We still got to add tee boxes, we haven't done that. And obviously kind of just some heavy rough stuff, and then the green. And then we're done. So we'll kind of get to that. We'll get the music back going. There we go. And we can answer some questions. We got a few questions today. Actually, a lot of questions. Let's see. Nick Roberts says, "Who's your favorite real-life designer?" Oh boy. You know, to be honest, and I've said this a few times, I'm not a big, like, course architecture guy. Like, I'm not, you know, I know the big players, but, you know, I'm not a big guy. I probably like Core Crenshaw courses are probably kind of my style, and I just love what they do. They create some pretty outstanding courses and some amazing locales. So I'm probably going to say, like, Core and Crenshaw are definitely my favorite. I like Doak as well. Tom Doak. Yeah, I guess that would be my answer. And we're just gonna kind of go around with a little heavy rough. Get all the little spots that I think we need. I don't know if we want to go that high up. Something like that. Around in this bunker. Just clean it up a little bit here. This will all be greened in. There we go. A little bit more there. And I think that should about do it there. Okay, I'm not fully sure we have the sight line down yet for this hole. No, I don't know. Well, we're gonna have to throw tee boxes down. So, just trying to think placement of tee boxes. You know, we don't want to get them too close to 7 because, you know, they're kind of in play. So I don't want to run them too far down here. So we may just do a real compact 2 and 2. So maybe 2 on the hill here, and maybe 2 here. I think we're gonna do that. Keep it pretty simple, which I tend to usually do with my tee boxes anyway. Keep them pretty simple. I'm gonna try to knock this as far back as I can. But we also have to keep in mind what we wanted for driving distance, so oops. Right now, if we put it back to 406, you're looking at the corner there, 270. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. You can't get it any further back than that, so. You know, most people, you know, will be able to bomb it, but it's okay. There's options off the tee here. There are options, so, you know. Yeah, I like it. I like it. And we'll just do probably another simple rectangular one right here. Flatten them out. Alright. Stick this waypoint back here. Oh, and that changes the red tees. That's annoying. Those are the red tees, so we don't want to get this all messed up now. It usually discorrects itself, usually. They're a tricky bunch. These tee boxes. There we go. That. That's green, okay. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I don't know. I don't understand how it works, but I don't care. The waypoint's not a big deal because we don't have flyovers anyway. Something I would love in the new game again, to get our flyovers back. If we get a new game. We had some big announcements with this week. New EA Road to the Masters was announced, so some direct competition for 2K21. They have the Masters trademark and course, which is absolutely huge for them. But yeah, I don't know. Interested to hear what you guys think of that and what you'll be doing. I mean, if there's no course designer, you know, I'll probably pick both of them up, obviously, but doesn't have a designer. Sorry. If it does, though, ooh, it could be some competition. Depends how well it's implemented, though. Can't talk today. Okay. Do we have a sightline? Please say we do. It's kind of hard to tell. And we do, and it looks great. I love it. I love it. We gotta do some cleaning up over on 7, but you know, that will tend to be the shot. I think these bunkers will be in play quite a bit. That leaves a very tricky little second shot, which is nice. Saw one little bump here. Probably needs, I don't think it needs, probably just needs a little bit of heavy rough. I don't really want to plant it. It's a bit steep, but this whole area kind of needs a little bit of cleaning up and flattening. Okay. Alright, I am digging this little golf hole. Obviously clean that up a little bit more after. This looks a little strange. We'll pull that out. And yeah, I think that'll kind of do it, other than we gotta look at the green here. So we got multiple kind of strategy options here. You know, this is probably not a great... I might cut a little bit of the tree here just to give this a possibility, because what would make me want to go over here? You're technically laying up to get over to this spot anyway, and you don't really have a huge advantage to get to that back part of the green either, so wondering what I do. I'm probably just going to cut a few trees out. I do kind of want to make it a semi-viable option. So something like that. That opens the hole up a little bit more. I don't know. I feel like I lose some of it, though. Maybe just one tree. Or two. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. Maybe it's okay as is. Maybe it's okay as is. I mean, that's probably not going to be a well-utilized part of the fairway. But I might actually camber it. Down this way. you can get the kick off there. That actually might be the better play there. There we go. Kind of camber that up. It's great. I ideally would love the tee box like right here, but okay. Okay, so you know you're looking at a wedge in to a relatively small green, so we're not gonna probably do too much here. We're just gonna kind of flatten this out to begin with. I do want to make some of these lobes pretty accessible. And then I think we'll kind of run a bit of a break through the middle of the green here. Here we go. Okay. So pin 1 we're going to move just to the back. Again, these pins are really tentative because we're going to go through at the end and just make sure we don't have like a bunch of back pins in a row on pin 1 and stuff like that. So we want to make sure the greens are something we're going to look at next, probably for the front 9. As a couple play tests I noticed we've got some dicey greens for sure. There it is. I think it's about time, guys, we make a big decision. And that decision obviously being flag texture. Huge decision. We'll just go with this guy. I like those. There we go. So let's give this a play test. Let's go pin 2, play the hole. Let's see if that camber actually works. I mean, it's in this wind. It's not really going to be needed. And you're left with just a little wedge up. It's looking a little bare in spots, so we're also going to identify some spots that maybe could use a little bit more love, or just some kind of like spots that, yeah, just need something to help them along. Boom, baby. And there's 9 here. Very exciting. Okay, that's technically, guys, that's the front 9 built. For the most part. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Golf clap. Sorry. Yeah, anyway. So what's next? We've got 9 holes laid down. We're technically right at about halfway through the course. I'm sitting at 34% objects, which is the lowest I've had in a while halfway through a course. Usually I'm clinging to 50 and praying I have enough objects to get through. Oh, we're looking real good right now. So, what I think we're going to do now is we're going to go through and identify points and things that we need to fix. So I like to have a little notebook kind of handy, which I don't have handy. Oh, now I do. We're going to use my wife's super flowery notebook. Yes, it's my wife's. And hopefully she won't get mad at me. Yeah, this is her work stuff. We'll just rip a couple pages out. Does she have some pages left? Oh yeah, she does. Perfect. So we're going to kind of split this into 2 sections. So I'm going to do kind of a quick playthrough, and we're going to identify mostly stuff on the playability standpoint first. We're not even going to ignore how this thing looks completely. We primarily want to look at how this plays, especially around the greens, sight lines, things like that, things that we can fix. Okay, so I mean, right off the bat, we're just going to make a list. I don't like number 1 tee boxes. Those have got to change. So yeah, these are just the kind of the boring flat circles. I kind of want to do similar to what I did on 3, which I did over here. Kind of maybe something a little more interesting like that. because these are lame. I think our bunkers are looking pretty good here. I just want to take a look at some green to see if there's anything that I notice that's just way out to lunch here. Like this needs a bit of a tweak. This green here, just a bit of a flattening there around the pin. And probably in here too. I actually might even move this pin just over a tad. Okay, so again, we're just going to be focusing on playability here. This is a bit of a wild green with this big slope running all the way down. But I'm okay with it. So let's give this one a go. We'll play pin 2. Let's give it a little bit of wind. I don't care where it comes from. Comes from the north, sure. Okay. It is a nice looking hole. Again, we're kind of going to ignore the visuals for now. So the drive's good, pretty open, fairly easy tee shot. This is a bit of a wild green, I would say. I probably am going to tone down the slope a bit. I think I will. That's not giving me a huge landing area. But I really like the lighting of this second shot. Trying not to think about the visuals, but I think this will set the tone nicely. A little backstop there, maybe. But yeah, I think kind of the big thing I want to change here on 1 is I just want to tweak that slope. I think it's a bit too much. So, oh, we got sirens going. Lots of sirens going. Probably can hear that, I apologize. So, just iron this out a tad. That's probably a little bit more, like for that pin there, that's, you know, a bit wild. There we go. Kind of have everything sloping towards the water here. A few little things like heavy rough, which we'll clean up there. There we go. Okay, so there's hole 1. I think it's looking pretty darn good. Playability wise. We probably should fix the tee boxes. Maybe we do that now. Maybe we kind of fix as we go through the holes. That might be a good idea. Interesting to see how it plays out of that lip. It does okay. There we go. Holds the green nicely. Yeah, alright. So yeah, I mean there'll be a few more tweaks and playthroughs as we go through, but let's look at maybe making these tee boxes a little bit more interesting. So we're gonna delete all these. Oops. Delete. Ugh, keep hitting the texture button. There we go, and then maybe we'll trace it. Nick Lovin says, question for Canuck, have you done any work with LiDAR for course building? I know you mostly stick to fantasy courses, but I'm wondering your take on LiDAR as a tool in the game. So if people aren't sure what LiDAR is, it was basically, it's satellite information, and a user created a tool for TGC 2019 that incorporates LiDAR, so you can actually import terrain data into the game, really. So, you know, if you wanted your home golf course, if you find the LiDAR data, you can import the terrain map, which is something people have dreamed about. It has some setbacks, though. It's very slow. Once you get the file, it gets really big, and it gets really slow and cumbersome to work with. So for planting, it's just an absolute chore. But yeah, there's been, you know, some really neat things come out of LiDAR, but I'll be honest with you. Of all the LiDAR courses that have been made, I can count really good LiDAR courses probably on 2 hands. I don't think I don't think they're great They're great for the most part. You know, the terrain data is there, but you know, people are just kind of building kind of boring courses, to be quite honest. And even the popular courses are just kind of like, I don't know. So, would I build a LiDAR course? Probably not ever. But it is a cool tool to have if you always wanted to recreate your own course. I don't know anything on how to build a LiDAR course. There are some tutorials out there, but I am the last guy to be asking about that stuff. But yeah, it is something cool. It's a cool tool to have. But yeah, not something I am going to be planning on using anytime soon. Okay, so, I mean, we've got, I don't know what we're trying to do here, but this is just kind of a big old fairway box. Not even a box, it's a, I don't know what it is. It's not going to be flat all the way through, just as long as the teeing areas are flat. But I think that might be a little better. I don't know, it just gets rid of the monotony of the circles, I guess. There we go. How does that look? I mean, you're probably not even gonna notice or see much of it off the tee anyway, so yeah, I'm fine with that. That's a nice looking golf hole right there. And again, we'll come back. I do see some visual things we want to tweak and fix up, but we'll leave hole 1 for now. Hole 2, yes, we do have the circle tee boxes here, but I think I'm going to keep them. Kind of in terms of, right off the bat, I kind of see some heavy rough issues, which we'll just quickly clean up. There. A little bit here. This is a tough drive, this hole. A little bit more in here. I have issues with this area, but we're going to revisit that at a later time. Probably not this episode, maybe the next one. When we get more into kind of visual tweaks. Alright. So, you know, this is a bit of a I feel like I built this hole years ago, but this is more definitely trying out a little bit more bold sculpting, I would say. Trying not to rely on just having bunkers around my greens, so this is a bit of a new thing for me. I'll have to go pin 2, see how she plays, see how she looks. A bit of a flat tee shot, but I think it looks pretty good. It's going to be probably one of the toughest drives on the course. But with a tailwind, should be able to sneak down there. There you go. Then you're set up with a nice little pitch shot into this gully, but a very tricky one. Do not want to be long. Which I think I might be. Ooh, Nelly. I like that. I don't think that's unfair. You missed that? Just a pitch shot. You missed that? Too bad. Alright, I don't think 2 needs much more. I like how it's playing right now. I like how it's playing. Alright, number 3. I think that, again, this tee shot is great. I'm forcing people to lay up a little bit. Or potentially lay up. Fairway is very wavy. We got pretty bold with the sculpting and the fairway terrain, I guess, early in the game. I feel like we toned it down a bit. Yeah, this screen probably needs a little bit of work. There's a lot of red there. Probably a little bit too much red, so I think we're going to address that right now. You know, I want the pitch to be hard, but I don't know. That's a lot of red. And, you know, I don't want to make this course an absolute kick in the butt. I want to make this Maybe, of course, it's plays a little bit harder than what people are used to from me, but there's still some red there, but not as much. Making sure we don't have any. We got a few little yellowy issues there. That one's borderline. I should go back and check 2 right while we're at it. Yeah, looks fine. Yeah, that's probably a bit better. Actually, that's not really any better right there. Okay. Alright, then we got the path over to 4. And again, just needs a few little heavy, rough tweaks here. There we go. Alright, this is where we kind of really started changing things around here. Felt like this was a transformative hole. Just give it a little bit of rough here. That's probably more than enough. Okay. We'll kind of rough that up in there too. No, that doesn't look good. We'll keep that pretty brown. Okay, so we got those 2 pretty close together. That pin is going to be a problem. Again, treacherous. Very, very treacherous. Give this one a go. With this wind, should be able to bomb it over those cross bunkers. I mean, any wind, you should be able to hit it over those. Leaves you an uphill approach into a tricky back green here. Not sure if I got enough club on that. Ooh. And this is where there might be some issues. So if people end up right in here, worrying about hitting those, well, people are clearing that. Or I guess you can clear that. Bye-bye. That's just mean. That's just mean, and I love it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan. Okay, so probably just some cliff sculpting we can do. It's probably more the visual aspect, but okay. You know, we were going to do something in here. We probably will when we kind of get to the more visual tweaks. Alright, hole 5. Sightline looks great. Bunkering looks good. Don't see any glaring issues with any of the greens. Or any of the pins, I should say. This looks really nice. Ooh, that is a tough pin there, though. It's a tough pin. Ooh. That's not messing around. That's a tough shot. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna nicen up that left part of the green there. I don't want that to get too crazy. There we go. Alright, that's probably pretty good. Okay, guys, well that should probably do it. I think we're probably around the same usual time. I didn't get to as many questions as I wanted, I'm sorry, but there were some good ones on here. We'll try to get to some more later for sure. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Course is looking great. I mean, we are right at the halfway point. I think next episode we'll probably dive into some more tweaks. We'll finish some playability testing, and then we'll probably get into a few more little visual things, and then start looking at the back nine. So, exciting stuff. We'll stop the clock right at 15:55. Yeah, things looking good. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.